The sun rose over the cities of Earth, casting a warm glow on streets and buildings. Birds chirped, people moved to their daily routines, and the world seemed normal. But somewhere deep in a laboratory in New York, Myra noticed something strange. Her screens, which usually displayed waves of communication signals from satellites and radio stations, were empty. No signals came in. Nothing. At first, Myra thought it was a technical fault. She checked the equipment, rebooted the systems, and even called her colleagues. Still, nothing worked. Then she tried to send messages to other parts of the world. No replies came back. Confused and worried, she looked at the clock. Everything had stopped at exactly 7:14 in the morning. Outside, people began noticing unusual signs. Traffic lights failed to change. Airplanes hovered in the sky, unable to communicate with control towers. Phones rang without answers. Television and radio stations went silent. Across the planet, humans tried to understand what was happening. People thought it might be a global technical failure, but the truth was far more serious. Meanwhile, far beyond Earth, alien eyes watched. On a starship orbiting a distant planet, Officer Jano stared at a large display filled with signals from the Milky Way. He noticed something alarming. One of the signals, a small blue planet known as Earth, had gone completely silent. Jano's heart sank. He had studied human signals for years. The sudden disappearance was not natural. He reported it to his superiors, who immediately ordered closer observation. Back on Earth, Myra gathered her team in the lab. "This is not just a blackout," she said calmly, though her eyes were wide with concern. "Something is happening, and it is not local. Every communication from Earth has stopped. Satellites, radios, phones, even automated systems are dead." Her words spread a quiet panic. News agencies tried to report on the strange events, but their cameras, satellites, and live feeds all failed. People looked at each other, confused. Governments tried to send messages to allies, but nothing went through. Myra realized that humanity was facing a problem it had never seen before. In her lab, she connected with a small team of scientists from other countries through a private emergency channel. Each one had noticed the same strange silence. Signals were gone. Energy systems were failing. Something invisible had disrupted the entire planet. They all shared a thought in common. Earth was under a threat that no human could fully understand. Jano and his team on the alien ship were watching Earth carefully. They analyzed every remaining energy pattern. He noticed small pulses, tiny flickers, as if the planet itself was trying to resist the silence. It was alive in its own way, and the signals were weak but persistent. Jano realized that humans were unaware of the danger, yet their survival depended on acting quickly. Myra worked tirelessly. She studied the patterns, the small pulses, and tried to find any way to restore communication. She noticed that the silence had not damaged the human mind or machines physically, but something in space had blocked the signals entirely. Her curiosity grew, but so did her fear. She knew humans were vulnerable. Yet she also knew that humans were clever and resourceful. She had seen them solve impossible problems before. Across the globe, people reacted in different ways. Some panicked, some prayed, some waited silently. Cities grew quiet. Roads emptied. Humanity, normally noisy and restless, became still. In this silence, Myra felt something. It was the first time humans could truly see the planet as one. Every person, every creature, was part of the same world, facing the same invisible threat. At night, Myra stepped outside. The sky was clear, stars shining above. Earth had gone silent, but life continued. Crickets chirped, winds blew, and the ocean waves crashed on distant shores. Myra felt a strange hope. Silence did not mean the end. It meant a chance to understand, to prepare, to act. She thought about the distant watchers in the galaxy, like Jano, who were now paying attention to her planet. In the alien ship, Jano reported to his superiors. Earth is alive, but signals are gone. Humans are unaware of the danger. I suggest intervention before it is too late. His words carried weight. Across the galaxy, species that had never known humans began to take notice. The blue planet, small and fragile, had become the center of a silent alarm. On Earth, Myra returned to her lab. She did not speak much. She listened, watched, and worked. She understood that the coming days would be critical. Humans had gone silent, but they were not defeated. Something had challenged them, and she believed that humans could rise to meet it. The planet was quiet, but it was not dead. Earth still had a heartbeat, and Myra would make sure humanity answered it. The day had begun like any other. By nightfall, it had become a day that would change history. Silence had fallen, but the story of survival, courage, and discovery was only beginning. Myra did not yet know what awaited, but she was ready to face it. Myra worked through the night, her eyes fixed on the screens in the lab. The silence of Earth pressed on her like a heavy blanket. Every attempt to send messages into space failed. Signals bounced back or vanished completely. The team of scientists around her shared her worry, but Myra stayed calm. She believed that humans had a chance, even in the face of an unknown threat. Far above the planet, Jano's ship moved silently among the stars. He monitored Earth closely, analyzing the strange patterns of silence. He could see faint traces of energy, tiny flickers from cities and machines. It was clear that something had disrupted all signals, but it had not harmed humans physically. Jano's mind raced. He had never seen anything like this. Back on Earth, Myra decided to try a new approach. She worked with engineers to build a high-powered transmitter, something that could reach beyond the normal range of satellites. She believed that if humans could reach the stars, they might find help. Night turned to day, but the team never stopped. Every failed attempt made them more determined. In the galaxy, news of Earth's silence spread quickly. Species that had never cared about humans now paid attention. Council members of distant civilizations debated the meaning of the sudden silence. Some feared that Earth had been destroyed. Others worried that humans might be dangerous if left unchecked. Jano argued passionately for intervention. "They are alive," he said. "I can see it in the signals. They do not know the danger. We cannot wait." Meanwhile, Myra's transmitter hummed with energy. She activated it carefully, sending a message filled with hope. It was simple, a call for help and contact. She did not know if anyone would receive it, but she believed it was their only chance. The message traveled across the void of space, a fragile thread connecting Earth to the galaxy. Jano was among the first to notice it. The signal reached his ship, and his heart lifted. It was faint, but it carried human determination and intelligence. He called his team and explained the importance. "This is not just a signal," he said. "This is proof that humans are alive and aware. We must respond quickly before it is too late." On Earth, Myra continued to work. She studied the cosmic patterns and tried to understand what had caused the silence. Every day brought new challenges. Systems that had worked for decades failed, and resources became scarce. Yet she did not give up. She inspired her team, reminding them that humans had always faced the impossible and survived. The Alien Council debated for hours. Some species argued that Earth should be left alone. Others insisted that the human race could be a threat if not observed. Jano stood firm. "These beings are small, fragile, and full of courage," he said. "Their survival is a sign of something greater. If we ignore them now, we may regret it later." His words convinced the council to send an envoy to investigate. On Earth, Myra finally received a response of sorts. A strange object appeared in the sky, hovering silently over the lab. It was unlike any aircraft humans had built. It glowed with a soft light and emitted signals that she could barely interpret. Myra's team watched in awe and fear. The aliens had arrived. The envoy, led by a being named Turo, made contact with Myra directly. Turo's voice was calm, yet it carried authority. "Humans of Earth," Turo said. "We have observed your planet. Your silence has alarmed the galaxy. We are here to understand and to help if possible." Myra's heart raced. She had hoped for contact, but seeing it was different. It was real. The aliens were real. Myra explained the situation as best as she could. She told them about the sudden silence, the failure of all systems, and the fear that had gripped the planet. Turo listened carefully, nodding. The aliens confirmed what Myra had suspected. A cosmic wave of energy, previously unknown, had disrupted Earth's communications. Its source and purpose were unclear, but it could be dangerous if it returned. Turo offered knowledge and guidance. "We can help you survive this threat," he said. "But you must be willing to work together. Your species has courage, but you need guidance to face what is coming." Myra felt a mixture of relief and responsibility. Humans were not alone, yet their actions now could determine the fate of the planet. Across the galaxy, Jano reported Earth's response to the Council. Humans were not only alive, but they were trying to communicate and survive. Their determination impressed even the oldest species. Plans were made to assist the planet, but it was clear that humans would play a central role in their own salvation. On Earth, Myra looked at the alien vessel above the lab. She understood that the challenge ahead would be immense. Yet she felt hope. Humans had gone silent, but now they had a chance to speak, to act, and to prove their strength to the galaxy. The silence was over, but the journey had only just begun. The day had started with fear, but now it was filled with possibility. Myra knew that humans would need courage, intelligence, and unity. She also knew that the galaxy was watching. For the first time, humanity realized that their actions mattered not only for Earth but for the universe. Myra and her team worked tirelessly in the lab. The alien vessel hovered quietly above the city, sending signals that helped restore limited communication. For the first time since the silence began, the world had hope. Myra felt a mixture of awe and responsibility. She understood that the humans had survived this long, but now they needed answers. Jano observed from his ship as alien probes entered Earth's atmosphere. The probes moved carefully, scanning the planet and gathering data. He watched the signals return slowly, faint but readable. Through the alien devices, Myra could now see distant storms, ocean currents, and even patterns in the planet's magnetic field that she had never noticed before. It was as if the planet itself was speaking, and humans were finally beginning to listen. Turo, the alien leader, explained the situation to Myra. "The silence was caused by a cosmic wave," he said. "It is not natural in the way your species understands. The wave carries energy that disrupts technology and can harm living beings if it grows stronger. Earth was lucky that your people survived its first passage." Myra absorbed the information. The silence was not an accident. It was a warning, a sign that life on Earth was vulnerable. Myra began coordinating her team to study the wave. Engineers built instruments to measure the wave's energy and predict its movements. Scientists calculated its trajectory. Every calculation was critical, for even a small error could leave the planet defenseless. Myra worked with precision, her mind racing against time. She felt the weight of responsibility for every human on Earth. Jano monitored the humans' progress. He was impressed by their ingenuity. They were small and fragile, yet they worked with courage and intelligence that rivaled the most advanced species in the galaxy. He reported back to the Council, emphasizing the importance of helping Earth survive. "These humans are capable," he said. "They may be fragile, but they are determined. Their survival is not a gamble, it is a chance to see their potential. As the days passed, Myra and the aliens worked closely together. They built protective devices that could shield cities from the wave's energy. They tested systems to restore power and communications even if the wave returned. Myra discovered that humans had a unique advantage: creativity. They could adapt quickly, make decisions without long deliberation, and invent solutions in ways that no other species had tried. The first probe returned data about the wave's origin. Myra and Turo studied it together. It came from a distant star cluster, a region filled with strange cosmic forces. The wave was not alive, but it reacted to energy and movement. Myra realized that humans had only one chance to survive. They could not wait for the wave to pass, they had to act. Jano prepared the council for a larger operation. Alien ships from nearby systems moved closer to Earth, ready to assist. They would not interfere with humans directly, but they would offer guidance and technology. The galaxy had recognized the importance of humans. What happened on Earth could affect balance in nearby star systems. The silence had turned into a cosmic signal, warning every species that the fragile planet was worth protecting. On Earth, Myra looked at the first fully operational shield. It glowed faintly, a lattice of light stretching across the laboratory and into the sky. She felt hope. The humans had begun to take action. They had turned fear into energy, panic into determination. Their survival depended on intelligence, courage, and cooperation. Turo and Myra discussed a plan to study the wave further. They realized that humans could help find a way to redirect it. Myra's mind raced with ideas. She considered satellite networks, energy fields, and even coordinated human movements to stabilize the planet's magnetic field. Each idea was tested with precision, and each attempt brought small but critical improvements. Jano observed the progress and felt admiration. Humans may be small, but they are extraordinary, he told his crew. Their courage and intelligence give them a chance that few species ever earn. We must protect them so they can fulfill their potential. His words carried across the council, convincing other species that Earth's survival was a priority. Finally, Myra looked out at the night sky. The stars shone brightly, and the alien ship hovered above like a guardian. Earth was still vulnerable, but the humans had begun to understand the cosmic forces around them. The wave had revealed their fragility, but it had also revealed their strength. Myra knew that this was only the beginning. The silence had lifted, but the challenge remained. Humanity now faced an enemy not of flesh or mind, but of energy and cosmic power. Myra understood that humans could survive if they trusted themselves, worked together, and embraced the courage that had always defined their species. The wave had drawn near, but humans were ready to meet it with intelligence, determination, and hope. The day was ending, but for the first time in many days, Myra felt calm. The silence was broken, and humans were no longer alone. They had allies in the stars, knowledge to guide them, and courage to act. Earth had survived the first strike of the wave, and now it was time to prepare for what might come next. Myra stood in the lab and watched as the alien vessel slowly descended. Its smooth surface reflected the sunlight, shimmering with colors that human eyes had never seen. The vessel did not make a sound as it landed outside the city. People gathered at a distance, staring in wonder and fear. For the first time, humans were about to meet a species from the stars face to face. Turo, the alien leader, emerged from the vessel. His form was unlike anything humans had imagined. He moved with grace, and his presence brought a calm that settled the crowd. Myra stepped forward, her heart beating fast. She had studied the alien signals, read their messages, and now she would speak to them directly. "Humans of Earth," Turo said, his voice clear and calm. "We come in peace. Your planet has faced a great challenge. Your silence was noticed across the galaxy. We are here to help you understand and survive. Myra felt a mix of relief and determination. She knew that humanity had a choice, panic or cooperation. She chose the latter. Myra explained the situation. She told Turo about the sudden silence, the failure of technology, and the fear that had spread across the planet. She showed him the data her team had collected, the patterns of the cosmic wave, and the small pulses of energy that remained. Turo listened carefully, nodding as he studied the information. "The wave that disrupted your planet is dangerous," Turo said. "It responds to energy and can harm life if not managed. Your species has survived its first approach, but it may return stronger. We can help you protect your cities and restore your systems, but you must work with us." Myra felt a surge of hope. The humans had faced the impossible before, and now they had allies to guide them. Myra organized her team to work alongside Turo and the alien crew. Engineers, scientists, and volunteers moved together, learning new techniques and combining human ingenuity with alien technology. Cities were fitted with protective shields, communication networks were restored in limited ways, and power grids were stabilized. For the first time in days, Earth began to feel alive again. People watched as humans and aliens worked side by side. Children pointed at the glowing shields, amazed by the sight. Adults marveled at the technology that seemed like magic. Myra explained to her team that humans must remain calm, focused, and united. Fear could destroy progress, but courage and determination could save the planet. Meanwhile, Jano continued to monitor from his ship. He was pleased with the humans' quick adaptation. "They are learning fast," he told his crew. "They have courage and creativity that even advanced species admire. With guidance, they may survive what no other species has faced." His words spread across the galaxy, convincing other civilizations to continue supporting Earth. Turo also revealed more about the cosmic wave. He explained that its origin was from a distant star cluster, where unusual energy patterns sometimes created these waves. "It is not alive, but it reacts to energy in space," he said. "Your species must learn to predict and manage it. Humans have intelligence and courage, and that gives you a chance." Myra listened carefully, understanding the gravity of the situation. Myra worked tirelessly to train teams across the planet. Volunteers learned how to operate alien devices, engineers modified city systems to withstand energy surges, and scientists calculated wave patterns. Every action counted. Humans were small compared to the galaxy, but their determination made them powerful in ways other species had underestimated. The first night of direct contact passed without incident. Cities glowed with protective lights, and systems hummed with new energy. Myra stood on a rooftop, looking at the stars. The alien vessel hovered above, a constant reminder that humans were no longer alone. She realized that Earth had gone from silence to collaboration, from fear to hope. Turo spoke to Myra privately. "Your species is remarkable," he said. "You are small, but you have courage and intelligence. The galaxy may have doubted you before, but now your actions will be noticed. Your survival depends on unity, focus, and adaptability. You must not fail." Myra nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility, but also the strength that humans carried within. Across the planet, humans worked together like never before. People who had never met before helped each other repair systems, distribute supplies, and maintain order. Myra knew that this was the true power of humanity. Technology and alien knowledge were important, but the spirit of humans, their courage, intelligence, and cooperation was what would truly save Earth. By the next morning, Earth was ready in a way it had never been. Protective shields covered major cities, communication lines were partially restored, and humans had learned to work with their alien allies. Myra looked at the lab filled with buzzing devices, glowing panels, and busy teams. The first contact had changed everything. Humans were no longer alone, and the galaxy had noticed their courage. Myra understood that the challenge ahead would be greater than anything humans had faced. The cosmic wave might return stronger, and humanity would need all its courage and intelligence to survive. But she also knew something important. Humans could rise to any challenge. They could face fear, adapt, and find solutions. The first contact was not just about aliens and technology, it was about showing the galaxy that humanity was worthy of respect and survival. The day ended with hope. Earth had faced silence, but now it faced the future with courage, knowledge, and allies from the stars. Myra looked up at the night sky and smiled. Humanity had taken its first step into a larger universe. Myra stood in the control room of the lab, watching the glowing shields stretch across the cities. Her team moved quickly, following instructions from Turo and the alien crew. Every calculation, every adjustment, was crucial. The cosmic wave could return at any moment, and Earth had to be ready. Across the planet, humans worked with a focus they had never known. Engineers repaired energy grids, volunteers distributed materials, and scientists studied data from alien probes. Myra could see the determination in their eyes. Fear had turned into action, and humanity's strength was beginning to show. Turo and his team explained the final steps of the survival plan. Protective shields were not enough. They needed to redirect the wave's energy to reduce its impact on the planet. Humans would help by creating energy fields that worked in harmony with the alien technology. Myra listened carefully. This was the moment where human intelligence and courage would be tested. She divided her team into smaller groups, assigning each a specific task. One group monitored the shields, another calculated energy pulses, and another prepared the communications network. Every person had a role. Myra knew that humans could adapt quickly, but only if they worked together. Unity was their greatest strength. Jano and his fleet of alien ships hovered near Earth, ready to assist if necessary. He monitored every signal from the planet, making sure humans did not make errors. "They are capable," he said to his crew. "But their determination alone is not enough. They must follow the plan and trust their own intelligence. If they do, Earth will survive." Myra checked the systems one last time. Cities were protected, power grids stabilized, and communication lines restored. She could feel the tension in the air. People around her were quiet, focused, and ready. The cosmic wave would arrive soon, and the next few hours would decide the fate of the planet. The first signals of the wave appeared as faint ripples in space. Myra studied them with her team, adjusting energy fields and shields. The wave was moving faster than they expected. Every adjustment had to be precise. A single miscalculation could destroy entire cities. Myra's mind raced, but she stayed calm. Humanity had faced impossible challenges before, and now they faced another. Across the globe, people watched the sky. Lights from the shields glowed softly, and faint energy pulses could be seen from high above. Myra explained to her team that these pulses were part of Earth's defense. Every effort counted. Humanity's courage and intelligence were working together with alien knowledge to protect the planet. Turo moved beside Myra, guiding her team. "Your species is remarkable," he said. "You are small and fragile, but you adapt quickly. You are learning to work with us, and that is why you have a chance. The galaxy has watched many civilizations fail, but you may succeed." Myra nodded. She felt pride, but also responsibility. Humans were proving that their potential was greater than anyone had imagined. The wave approached closer. Its energy rippled across space, and the shields began to pulse in response. Myra's team adjusted the energy fields carefully. Every pulse of the wave was countered with precision, and slowly, the impact on Earth began to lessen. Humans could feel the power of the wave, but they refused to give in. Courage filled every mind and heart. Jano watched from his ship and smiled. Humanity was facing a challenge that no other species had survived without help. Yet humans were not just surviving, they were leading the effort. He reported to the council, emphasizing the importance of Earth's resilience. "This species is extraordinary," he said. "Their intelligence and courage make them worthy of survival. They have turned fear into action and are proving their value to the galaxy." Myra's hands moved quickly over the controls, adjusting energy pulses and coordinating teams. The wave was powerful, but humans worked with focus and determination. They adapted when problems arose, found solutions when systems faltered, and never lost hope. Every city, every shield, and every human effort contributed to the survival plan. Hours passed. The wave's power began to diminish as it was redirected by the combined human and alien efforts. Cities remained intact, systems functioned, and the energy pulse from the wave slowed. Myra's team watched in relief and amazement. Humanity's courage, intelligence, and unity had held strong against a force beyond their planet. Finally, the wave passed, leaving Earth safe for the moment. Myra looked out over the city and saw the glow of shields fading as systems stabilized. People cheered, but Myra knew the challenge was not over. Humans had survived, but the galaxy had taken notice of their strength. This survival plan had proven that humanity could rise to meet the impossible. Turo approached Myra and nodded. "Your species has shown its courage and intelligence," he said. "You are small, but you are capable. The galaxy now sees what humans can do when they work together and act with determination." Myra felt pride and hope. Humans had faced a cosmic force and survived. They had proven their potential, not only to the galaxy but to themselves. As night fell, Myra stood under the stars, thinking of the days to come. The wave had passed, but Earth would need constant vigilance. Humans had learned that courage, intelligence, and unity could protect them. Myra knew that humanity had taken a significant step into a larger universe. They were no longer alone, and their actions had earned the respect of the galaxy. The day ended with relief and hope. Humanity had survived a force that could have destroyed them. Myra understood that this was only the beginning, but she also knew something important. Humans could face any challenge with courage, intelligence, and unity. The survival plan had succeeded, and Earth had shown its strength to the galaxy. Myra stood in the lab, her eyes fixed on the glowing shields covering the cities. The cosmic wave was approaching faster than anyone had predicted. It pulsed through space like a living force, carrying immense energy that could destroy Earth if humans faltered. Myra's hands moved over the controls, her mind racing as she coordinated teams across the planet. Every second counted. Volunteers and engineers worked tirelessly, monitoring energy fields and adjusting the shields. Scientists calculated the wave's path and predicted its changes, relaying instructions to cities around the world. Myra felt the weight of responsibility pressing down, but she also felt pride. Humanity had faced the impossible and proven its intelligence, courage, and resilience. Turo moved beside Myra, his calm presence a reminder that humans were not alone. "The wave is powerful," he said. "But your species has shown that it can adapt. Your courage and intelligence are your greatest strengths. Do not underestimate them." Myra nodded. She knew that survival depended not only on technology but also on human determination. Jano and his fleet of alien ships monitored Earth closely. The wave had already passed some regions, but other areas faced greater intensity. Jano reported every signal back to the Council, emphasizing the importance of human action. "They are extraordinary," he said. "Humans are small and fragile, yet they meet a challenge with courage and skill. Their unity and intelligence give them a chance that few species ever have." Across Earth, cities held strong. The shields pulsed as the wave struck, energy cascading across the protective barriers. Engineers adjusted settings with precision, while Myra coordinated energy fields that worked alongside the alien technology. Every action, every calculation, was critical. Humanity was no longer passive. They were leading the effort to survive. Myra turned to her team. Focus on the pulse, she said. Adjust energy levels and maintain the shields. We can do this. Humanity can meet this challenge together. Her words inspired the team. Fear had been replaced by determination, and determination by action. Humans were proving that courage and intelligence could hold against even the greatest cosmic threat. The wave's energy surged over the cities, testing every system and every calculation. Power fluctuations threatened to break the shields, but humans adapted quickly. Engineers recalibrated energy pulses, scientists predicted shifts, and volunteers relayed information across the globe. Myra watched every movement, feeling hope grow with every successful adjustment. Turo spoke to Myra. Your species learns quickly. The way humans adapt is remarkable. They are small, yet capable of extraordinary action. This is why the galaxy respects you. Continue your focus. Humanity can survive this if you act together. Myra smiled faintly. She understood the truth of his words. Courage and intelligence, combined with unity, made humans powerful in ways that technology alone could not achieve. As the wave moved closer to major cities, Myra coordinated with alien ships to redirect energy pulses. Lights glowed across the night sky as human and alien systems worked together. The wave's power was immense, but Earth held strong. Humanity's ingenuity shone as adjustments were made in real time, protecting cities from destruction. People on the ground watched the sky, seeing the glow of shields and energy pulses. Fear had been replaced by awe. Humans realized their planet was alive in a new way. They understood that courage, intelligence, and cooperation were not abstract qualities, they were tools that could protect life itself. Hours passed, and the wave's energy began to diminish. Myra and her team continued adjustments, ensuring that every city remained secure. The shields held firm, energy pulses stabilized, and Earth systems remained operational. Humans had faced the cosmic wave and adapted with skill and courage. Jano observed from his ship and reported to the council. Earth has survived, he said. Humans have shown extraordinary intelligence and courage. They have met a cosmic threat with determination and skill. The galaxy can now see their potential. His words spread across civilizations, earning humanity respect from species that had once doubted them. Finally, the wave passed completely, leaving Earth intact. Myra looked out at the cities and saw lights glowing steadily. People cheered, hugged each other, and celebrated the survival of their world. Myra felt relief, pride, and hope. Humanity had faced the impossible and triumphed. Turo approached Myra and nodded. Your species has proven its courage and intelligence, he said. Earth has survived because humans worked together, adapted quickly, and trusted their abilities. You are small, but your strength lies in unity and determination. The galaxy will remember this day. Myra smiled. She understood the significance. Humans had not only survived, they had earned their place in the universe. That night, Myra stood under the stars, looking at the alien ships above. Earth was safe, for now, and humans had learned a powerful lesson. Courage, intelligence, and unity were their greatest weapons. They had faced a cosmic force and prevailed. Humanity's potential had been recognized across the galaxy, and Myra knew that the story of survival would inspire generations to come. The day ended with celebration and reflection. Humanity had triumphed over a force that could have destroyed them, proving that even a small and fragile species could achieve greatness when united. Myra understood that the challenge had changed them. Humans were no longer just inhabitants of Earth, they were survivors, thinkers, and heroes in a galaxy that had once watched silently. The sun rose over Earth, casting golden light across cities that had survived the cosmic wave. Myra stood on a rooftop, looking at the world below. The planet was alive again, vibrant and resilient. People moved through the streets with a new sense of purpose. Humanity had faced a threat greater than any before and had triumphed. Turo and his alien team remained in orbit above Earth. They worked closely with humans to monitor the planet, but they had no reason to fear the humans' actions. In the days after the wave, the aliens taught new methods to strengthen cities, improve energy distribution, and maintain communication networks. Humans absorbed every lesson, eager to learn and adapt. Myra walked through a city park, watching volunteers repair systems and rebuild structures. Children played, unaware of the danger their planet had faced, yet safe because of the courage and intelligence of their elders. Myra felt hope. Humanity had proven that it could unite in the face of the impossible, combining creativity, courage, and determination to survive. Jano and his fleet monitored Earth from above. He admired the humans' resilience. "They are remarkable," he said to his crew. "Small, yet capable. Courageous, intelligent, and adaptable. The galaxy has learned that humans are a species to respect, not ignore." His words were shared across the Council of Alien Civilizations. Earth had earned its place in the galaxy through action, not by mere existence. Myra gathered her team for a final briefing. "We have survived," she said. "The wave has passed, and our planet is safe. But this is only the beginning. We must continue to learn, to adapt, and to prepare for whatever comes next. Humans have shown their strength, but we must not be complacent. Our courage, intelligence, and unity are what make us powerful." Across the planet, people celebrated their survival. Cities lit up with renewed energy, systems hummed with restored power, and communication networks buzzed with messages of hope. Humanity had come together in a way that few civilizations ever could. The world had learned the true power of cooperation, focus, and bravery. Turo met Myra in the lab. "Your species has exceeded expectations," he said. "You faced a threat beyond your understanding and adapted quickly. Courage, intelligence, and unity saved your world. Humans are no longer only inhabitants of Earth. You are citizens of the galaxy." Myra felt pride and responsibility. Humans had earned respect, but the work of survival and growth would continue. The aliens began to establish communication networks with other civilizations, introducing humans to species they had never imagined. Humans learned quickly, absorbing knowledge and technology, and finding ways to contribute to the galaxy. Myra realized that Earth was no longer isolated. Humanity had entered a larger universe, not as a fragile species, but as capable and respected participants. Jano approached Myra from orbit. "Your people are extraordinary," he said. "The galaxy watches now. Other civilizations will remember the courage and intelligence you have shown. You have proven that even a small species can rise to meet impossible challenges. Earth will be a symbol of survival and hope." Myra nodded. She understood the truth. Humanity's story was no longer only about survival, it was about potential, growth, and recognition. In the weeks that followed, humans and aliens continued to work together. Cities were strengthened, technology advanced, and knowledge expanded. Humanity's achievements inspired admiration across star systems. Myra watched young scientists and engineers experiment with alien devices, inventing new solutions and learning from mistakes. The future was full of promise. Myra returned to the rooftop one evening, looking at the stars. The galaxy stretched out endlessly, filled with civilizations that had once seemed distant and unknowable. Now humans had allies, friends, and recognition. The silence that had once threatened extinction had become a lesson and a beginning. Humanity had survived, grown, and proven its worth. As night fell, the lights of the cities shone brightly, and the alien vessel hovered gently above. Myra smiled, thinking of the journey that had begun with fear and uncertainty. Humans had faced silence, danger, and the unknown, and emerged victorious. The courage, intelligence, and unity of humanity had not only saved the planet but had earned respect across the stars. Earth had survived the cosmic wave, but more importantly, humans had discovered their true potential. Myra knew that the story of this survival would inspire generations to come. Children would grow up knowing that courage and intelligence, combined with unity, could overcome even the greatest threats. Humanity had learned its place in the galaxy. The day ended, and a new dawn rose. Humanity had faced extinction and survived. The galaxy now watched with respect. Earth was safe, humans were stronger, and the future was filled with endless possibilities. Myra looked at the horizon, knowing that humans were ready for whatever came next. The story of courage, intelligence, and unity had only just begun. The day Earth went silent had passed into history, but it had marked the beginning of humanity's rise. Humans had proven that they were capable of greatness, and the galaxy had taken notice. A new era had begun, filled with hope, recognition, and the knowledge that humanity's courage could shape the future of the stars.